YouTube. It's your girl Chic from Chic Say What. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all, we got a lot to get into tonight. As you see by the title of this live stream, we're going to talk about Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, Lizzo, and none other than Kanye West. We're going to have to get into him last because y'all know he take all my strength. So welcome, 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 welcome to the party. Welcome, Starlights. Please, as you come in, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. Because as I say, we are real random over here. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss out when Sis goes live and get into all of the tea pertaining to celebrities in the Hollywood and the industry, YouTube, you name it. Where there's drama, we gonna talk about it. So tonight we're gonna talk about Tory Lanez. You guys, I've been posting about Tory Lanez. I see I'm kind of one of the few viewer content creators who do post about Tory Lanez as it pertains to the case with he and Megan Thee Stallion. And listen, I just want the truth, just like many of you want the truth. So Megan, camp has been quite quiet about the whole situation pertaining to the trial that was supposed to have begun last month. So as I said months back that, I was going to follow it and bring you all the tea pertaining to it, but they really haven't been dropping much pertaining to the trial. The information I have been getting has been what Tory Lanez has been posting on his socials, and the comments that he's been making. It's giving, hey, I won, y'all need to come out and vindicate me, and clear my name. So if y'all not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So anytime that he's dropping hints about having a win, I'm here to post it. So I'm coming on tonight to talk about his latest social media posts that has people wondering if it's pertaining to the trial with he and Megan Thee Stallion. So you know how we do over here. We get into the receipts. I'm going to go ahead and take you to the net, and we're going to get into this article that's talking about Tory Lanez's most recent post. And y'all let me know what you think. Please engage. If you got any comments, drop it in the chat. But yeah, we get into it over here. So let me know your thoughts because you all will certainly hear mine. So let's get into it. So we're over here on the Hip Hop DX website, and this article reads: Tory Lanez posts cryptic smiling photo. Quote, they lied for a little season. Y'all, what do y'all think that mean? What does that mean? He's like, yo, he's like, yo, they lying, but that's all right because I'm here to I'm here to clear my own name. If nobody ain't trying to clear it for me, I'm gonna do it myself. So you can't be mad at him for that. So let's go ahead and see what he's saying. Okay, so it says Tory Lanez, who is still in the drawn out midst of an ongoing legal battle against Megan Thee Stallion, took to Instagram on Wednesday, February 18th, to post a seemingly innocuous photo of him smiling. Y'all, look at that. Yet the selfie was posted alongside a cryptic caption that many fans believe to be about his current legal snafu. That's a new one for me. So it says, quote, smiling for a reason. They lied for a little season, but the time's coming. They gonna owe me back for all the meals eaten. Lanes rhymed. Well, end of quote. Lanes rhymed in the post. So what you think about that? My thoughts is that he's like, okay, those of you who've been eating off of me looking like I'm guilty, that's okay because in the end, when I'm gonna come back and collect my coin. I don't know if that would mean like maybe defamation. It's like everybody trying to sue everybody. These days, ever since Cardi B won her defamation lawsuit against the YouTuber Tasha K. It's like people being real on edge about the things they say, or people being throwing out threats of suing people for things that are said about them that they don't like. So it just opened up a whole new can of worms when it comes to lawsuits. So what I'm getting from this is Tory's like, yo, once I'm vindicated, I'm coming after those who basically, quote unquote, lied on me. So right now, Megan's camp has been very quiet. We haven't heard anything from her camp, but Tory, he it seemed like every other week, he's dropping, some little subliminal hints about the situation pertaining to the trial. And many people are believing that, these things, these little gems that he's dropping, it is, even though he's not saying it, because you all know when there's a pending, legal situation, they say, oh, don't talk, we all hear that. So it looks like Tory's just saying what he can say, without getting in trouble. So the article goes on to say he had previously posted another photo of himself, presumably from the same shoot. The caption for that post read, quote, all my hoes moving on, my money still stupid long, my artists recouping strong, love and money was the stupid chase that we own. Now I'm flying grandma to exclusive places we own. Period, poo. Like Tori, like, listen, I'm gonna have the last laugh. Like, look at that. Look at that face. He looked like a little boy on picture day at school. Don't he look like on when he like a little fourth grader? Look at him. But I'm not mad at him, because my thing is like, listen, if nobody gonna be here for you, arrive for you to be a support, like sometimes you got to be in the trenches on your own. And I'm not mad at Tory at all right now. We don't know what happened. It hasn't been released to the public as far as you know what happened that night when Megan Thee Stallion allegedly was shot in the foot. But Tory is low key, dropping hints that, yo, whatever happened to sis, it wasn't, it had nothing to do with me. It wasn't me. So the article also goes on to say the two posts come after the Canadian artist struck a similarly optimistic tone in February. Lane shared a photo of himself in a sports car, giving the camera the finger, and the caption read, just got off the phone with my lawyer, along with two middle finger emojis and the devil face emoji. The implication of the post seemed to be that he is favored to do well in his current case against Megan Thee Stallion, who she claims shot her in both feet in July of 2020. Tory Lanez is currently facing felony assault charges as a result of the alleged crime, and in December 2021 attended a preliminary hearing at a Los Angeles courthouse after months of COVID-related delays. During the proceedings, Los Angeles Police Department detectives said Lanez demanded Megan Thee Stallion to dance before firing shots into her foot. So TMZ later reported that a different detective had conversed with a witness who claimed Megan and her friend Kelsey were involved in an argument right before the gun was fired. The witness also claimed the gun's muzzle flash went off closer to Kelsey than to Lanez. Megan Thee Stallion was disgusted by the outlet's coverage of the hearing and accused them of gaslighting her. She's quoted as saying, don't blogs journalists have to have accurate, credible sources before going with a story? She wrote on Twitter. Or is it just like a new, I got paid to post this, or I heard out from from homegirl type policy these days? Like I've been shot, and the focus of some of these headlines are dismissing that I was attacked with a weapon while I was unarmed, and trying to paint it as a cat fight between friends. Why do I have to relive this with everyone on the internet every day and watch y'all gaslight me? So Megan, she's still been, sticking by her story. But like I said, as of late, she hasn't posted anything pertaining to it. as we've seen since the top beginning of this year, since January. Like Tory has been dropping like little hints pertaining to what many believe is the little things that he is saying is pertaining to the case. I believe it's pertaining to the case, but we don't know. So, everything is alleged as of right now. But it's coming off as though Tory is just like ready to put all this to bed. He's like, yo, I'm tired of being the one just automatically being looked at as being guilty until proven innocent, where we all know in the court of law it's supposed to be the reverse, innocent until proven guilty. But there has been, multiple artists and things who have spoken out on behalf of Megan Thee Stallion, who are siding with her. So I think, Tory is really looking forward to being vindicated on this all. I just want to see the evidence. Right now I'm just waiting to see the evidence. I don't know if he did or he didn't, but so far, with these little things that he's dropping, I don't know. I'm kind of like here for, listening to what Tory has to say. So that's why I come out here and report on it, because I don't see many people reporting on it. And I don't know if it's just because she's the bigger star than he is, but yeah, I'm a report on it and bring the tea to you. So this is what's going on. If you don't follow Tory, you can go out there and follow him and see when he posts, and just follow what they say, follow the cookie crumbs. So, speaking of Megan Thee Stallion, so in her world, like I said, she's not speaking on this trial, but what she is speaking on is sis is going to be in a movie, y'all. She trying to do that. She's like, yo, I've been rapping. Now it's time to kind of, switch it up and step into some new grounds, step into some new lanes. No pun intended. Step into some new lanes. So we're over here on NewYorkPost.com, and the article reads: Megan Thee Stallion is making effing R-rated film debut. So y'all see what that word is indicating, what it's supposed to be. Listen, Megan, like, y'all watch out. Forget little Tory over there. He ain't talking about nothing. Check on me over here. So it says she's more than just a real hot girl. Megan Thee Stallion is taking her act from arena stages to the big screen as she makes her film debut in the raunchy musical comedy Effing Identical Twins. The project also stars Bowen Yang of Saturday Night Live, two-time Emmy winner Megan Mullally from Will and Grace, and Tony winner Nathan Lane from The Producers, and is directed by Seinfeld veteran Larry Charles, according to multiple outlets on Thursday. It also goes on to say the A24 film stars comedians Aaron Jackson and Josh Sharp in what a Hollywood Reporter insider described as a subversive spin on The Parent Trap. I remember that Parent Trap. Do y'all remember The Parent Trap? Like, listen, I'm an 80s baby, so The Parent Trap was, I would say that was big. Was that like maybe like the early 90s? And that was yeah, that was in like the early 90s. And it was about, some twins wanting to get their parents. It was a really cute movie. So I definitely remember the original, The Parent Trap. So it says so it's a spin on The Parent Trap about two career adversaries who learn they are twins separated at birth. The story is based on a two-man live set developed and performed by Jackson and Sharp in 2014. The announcement marks a big shift in the careers of 27-year-old musician Stallion, who celebrate the new venture on Thursday with her more than 27 million fans on Instagram. So Meg posted, quote, hotties, this is our first movie musical with some movie legends. The Savage rapper wrote on in the caption next to the screenshot of the reporter's report. She also said, I'm so excited. I feel so blessed. I feel anxious. I feel a bunch of ish. The three-time Grammy winner added, I really have been quietly putting in this work, and I just can't wait for the hotties to see everything. In an Instagram story, Yang31 also thanks Genius Freaks Jackson and Sharp for creating a foulest funny, creating the foulest, funniest movie unimaginable. So I'm really happy for Megan. I think this is going to be a good look. Like I said, I remember the original Parent Trap. It was a kid movie, really cute. So I definitely would love to see what they do with the new version of, the Parent Trap, especially, for those who, are old enough to remember the original one, I think, because that probably came out. I don't even know if Megan was even born. She probably was a baby because Megan, she's pretty young, much younger than me. So I think that's a good look for her. So I'm definitely happy to hear that that's going to happen for her. It's definitely something positive because, like I said, she's dealing with this stuff with Tory Lanez, and that's just not a good look for either one of them. So big ups to Megan Thee Stallion. Let's see, does it say when this movie is going to come out? I don't think it said when it's supposed to come out. Let me see. I don't recall seeing that in this article that we're looking in. So I'm guessing it's supposed to come out maybe soon. It's not saying in here, but she's working on it. So maybe they're about to just start working on it. So y'all look out for that. Megan Thee Stallion acting debut coming soon. So let's switch over to our girl Lizzo. Speaking of, television and doing a doggone thing on the big screen, Megan, Lizzo's like, yo, watch out for me because listen, I do more than play instruments. uh take my clothes off and do the absolute most. I also show love for other people however I can. So jumping over to harperbazaar.com, this article reads, Lizzo searches for backup dancers in her show Watch Out for the Big Girls. So Lizzo Lizzo is looking for talent. Lizzo is looking for talent, and she wants specifically big girls. Like y'all little skinny thing. Listen, go have a seat. Go have a seat. It's not your time. It's not your time. It's the big girls' time. So the article goes on to say Lizzo's bringing her search for plus size dancers to a small screen. Amazon Studios announced that the Superstars reality competition show Watch Out for the Big Girls will premiere on March 25th on Prime Video. The streamer also released a trailer for the series seen below, which will follow the pop star on her talent search for confident, bad A women to join the ranks of her backup dancer team, Big Gurrls, for an upcoming world tour. So it goes on to say, with 10 hopeful women moving into the Big Girls house, they must prove they have what it takes to make it to the end and join Lizzo in front of a global audience on the center stage, reads the show announcement. So you guys, I'm gonna drop this link. You guys gonna in the description so you guys can check it out because I don't want to get any copyright strikes for this. But the show, must say, it looks like it's going to be really good. We know Liz will be doing the absolute most. She do the most, but I will say this show looks like it's going to be very good, and I do intend on following it. I do like that she is showing love to the big girls that oftentimes feel like that they're not loved. I mean, period. It's just what it is. We live in a world to where it's about being thin, or what they call slim thick. Like to be a big girl, a lot of times it's shunned upon. When Lizzo came on the scene, it just gave the big girl, it just created this whole different vibe for the big girls. Now, with saying that, I do feel like, to be a big girl, to the likes of like a Lizzo, or just being overweight or morbidly obese, just from a health standpoint, it's not even from an aesthetics, just from a health standpoint, it's just not a good look, just because, we got to take care of ourselves. And we know that it is the norm more often than not. When you are carrying excess weight, it causes other problems, so it is what it is. So outside of that, while women are still big and dealing with that and trying to maybe get to a better place when it comes to their health, I don't feel like they should be discriminated upon. So Lizzo's like, listen, I know what it's like to, you know, be discriminated against, feel unloved, unappreciated. And I'm here to show you that I see you and I appreciate you. So the article also goes on to say the Juice singer has been a champion for body acceptance throughout her career with and has regularly showcased plus size dancers in her performances and music videos. Girls that look like me don't get representation, the twerking connoisseur says in the trailer. Time to pull up my sleeves and find them myself. I know that's right. So, I think it's just naturally we want to find someone or identify someone who who has the same image as us. I mean, it's just like I said, it's just natural. You don't want to feel like you're the only one. So Lizzo right now, when it comes to just the industry, and her being a black woman, she's pretty much kind of like in it all by herself as far as with her John, her type of music, whatever the categories they place her in. I don't know if they place her in pop, R&B. I don't know what they place her in, but we don't see anyone else who's in the industry that looks like Lizzo and that's popping like Lizzo. So I feel like she is kind of like the Lone Ranger. To me, I've even put Lizzo kind of like up there with like how Beyonce is just Beyonce is kind of like in her own lane. Like she is Beyonce, and it's like she's just in a box by herself. To me, I look at Beyonce kind of like how Michael Jackson was when he was alive. Like he was just by himself. Beyonce's by herself. Lizzo's by herself. So, Lizzo's like, yo, I want some company. I want to bring some more girls to the stage who are BBWs, to show them love, to introduce them to the world. And I think that's awesome. I think, but no matter what Lizzo does, does the absolute most. But one thing I will say is I've always picked up a beautiful spirit about her. Like she's just seemed like, every other month she'd be having a breakdown crying. And low key, I feel like, she's not as happy. She's still working on her confidence and she's not happy with her body as she portrays herself to be. I feel like she's built her career and her image off of being a plus size girl, a big girl. So she has to continue to carry on or act as though she's happy and content with that when every now and then she kind of loses the battle and breaks down and shows that she's actually not. So I think she deals with that internal battle of really wanting to look a certain way, but her brand is what we see it to be, her being this morbidly obese woman. And recently I was reading up on what's her name? Adele, the singer Adele. And she was in a magazine and she had talked about, I don't know if it was a Vogue magazine. She was in a magazine. She talked about when she lost weight, how hard like fans went at her for losing weight. And it kind of like hurt her feelings. And she was just really surprised that that women would just come at her so hard by her, you know, losing the weight and becoming more healthy version of herself. And she was like, I'm still the same person. But so that is a real thing to where people get comfortable with who you introduced yourself to them as. Like, I just think in general, it's hard for people to accept change. Change can be scary. And if you were introduced to the world looking one way, it's like people want to just hold on to you as that. Because again, remember I talked about, having someone to identify with. A lot of people was like, oh, yo, I can identify with Adele. I can identify with Lizzo. But then it's like those same people, once these women change how they physically look, those people that once identified with them from a physical standpoint, they're like, oh, they changed. I can't identify with them anymore. And these people are more than their outside body, they're people. And it's just like, it's just crazy how just people kind of can just get caught up in just your physical and just completely dismiss anything else about you. I think those are just selfish aspects of people. And I think all of us have our moments where we can be selfish, but sometimes our selfishness can cause hurt to other people. So those are just things that we have to be cognizant of. And I think, what's going on with Lizzo is that, she don't want to disappoint people, but at the same time, she does want to look different. She wants to lose weight. She talks about wanting, a man. And let's be real. How often do we hear men talking about, hey, I'm on a search for the BBW? You don't, some of them may say it in their music, but that's not what you're seeing on their arms. So it's about the actions, not the words. How often are we seeing this hot, these, your Drakes, Chris Brown, Neo, any of these artists, how often are you seeing them with a BBW on their arm? You don't. And then for a minute when we seen Lil Wayne prancing one around, she was a white woman. She wasn't even black. So it's just like they'll sometimes say these, words or throw rap rhymes in their song, in their music, but in their day-to-day life, like you don't see them having big girls like showing them love like that in their music videos or just taking them out and about on the red carpet, dating them. You don't see that. You don't see that. It's, they just don't verbally just disrespect these girls, but their action shows that they're also not really into them like that. They might play around with them behind closed door, but they're not interested in them and having them on their arm. Period. It's just what it is. So, and Lizzo knows that. So, like I said, I think she's dealing with that internal struggle. And, I just pray that she stay prayed up and she worked through whatever she's going through. And one day start living life for herself and not for her fans. How about that? So the article also goes on to say, this is the greatest moment of my career yet. The singer wrote on Instagram, y'all know how hard it's been finding dancers that look like me. But if I got to get a TV show to get the world to see the value in us big girls, I'ma do it. Listen, she said, I'ma do it. So the Cuz I Love You singer also serves as an executive producer on the show, which is the first to come out of her first look deal with Amazon. Legendary choreographer Tanisha Scott and original Big Girls members Shanta Marie Van, Shirlene Quingley, and Grace Holden will help the star on her search. Other special guests on the show includes Love Galore, singer SZA, choreographer Charm LaDonna, body movement expert Rashida Kambe Miller. All 8 episodes of Watch Out for the Big Girls hit streaming on March 25th. Yes, y'all, I'm definitely here for that. I definitely recommend you check out the trailer for that show. Like I said, I'm gonna drop the link. I just don't want any issues with showing it because y'all sometimes they be coming for your girl. Like, nope, you need to remove that from your video. So I try not to probably too much show like video type footage just for that reason. So check out dancers. um Let me see. Check out her show. Watch out for the big girls because I feel like it's gonna be everything. Now let's just switch over to crazy Kanye. Listen, this man, at one point, I was doing videos on videos, and he was taking all my little strength, y'all, to where I'm like, I'm not report. I can't do it. I'm done. He done took all my little strength for Black History Month, and we only how many days in? 19 days in. But when I heard, I seen somebody do a what do you call it? Like a poll asking, "Hey, would you pay $200 for Kanye album?" I'm like, "What?" I was like, that would be a hard no." So, when I got ready to prepare for this live tonight, I'm like, let me look up and see what does this talk about Kanye charging $200 for some music, y'all. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna share my screen, y'all. Let me share my screen so we can get into Yay. Yay. Let's get into Yay. Let's see what Yay talking about. Okay, so this is from the New York Post. Kanye West Donda 2 will boycott streaming platforms and require $200 streaming player. So it goes on to say Kanye West's highly anticipated upcoming album Donda 2 will only be available to those willing to plunk down money for his pricey music streaming device. The eccentric music mogul informed fans on Thursday. Donda 2 will only be available on my platform, the stem player West wrote in a post to his Instagram account. Not on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or YouTube. Today, artists get just 12% of the money the industry makes. It's time to free music from the oppressive system. It's time to take control and build our own. So I hear that. I mean, I've been hearing that for years. I think the first group that really put that out with how little they get paid was I think it was like with TLC when they said that they was underneath was at Pebbles, and there was this whole back and forth thing going on. I think somebody even had like a lawsuit or something going on some years back, but they were just talking about like the cents that they were getting on the dollar for their music. I mean, it's just crazy, but we all know that the quote unquote machine, the industry, they keep all the money, and the artists, it's almost like sometimes they like modern day slaves, they get pimped. And that's why the more control you have over your music with the publishing, all of that, when you write your own music, like the better. Like I know I see those people tend to fare off better when they're able to kind of, like, you got a Alicia Keys, somebody who can write their own music, sing their music, like do everything, arrange their own music, do everything themselves. Like Alicia playing the instrument, like sis doing the whole thing by herself. So that's more money that she can keep opposed to it going to somebody else. The website for West STEM player said that the device costs $200. It is available in the U.S., United Kingdom, Union, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. The device purportedly ships within 2 business days with customers in the US and UK. West's announcements drew a harsh reaction from many fans, some of whom said they would not buy the device or listening to the album. So West first released his STEM player last year to coincide with the release of his first edition of Donda, named after his. The device, a collaboration between West's Yeezy Tech brand and UK-based electronic startup Channel, allows listeners to customize music by isolating specific instruments, altering tracks, or adding special effects. West elaborated on his decision in a series of Instagram posts, saying he decided to boycott major platforms because they don't fairly compensate music artists. The rapper frequently deletes social media posts within a few minutes, but the ones about Donda 2 were still live on Instagram as of late Friday morning. So this is a post he made, and it says Donda 2 will, let me see, move that. Donda 2 will only be available on my own platform, the STEM player, not on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or YouTube, period. Today, artists get just 12% of the money the industry makes. It's time to free music from this oppressive system. It's time to take control and to build our own. Go to stemplayer.com now to order. Listen, I see what he's trying to do. I'm not mad at what he's trying to do because the artists need dollars. So we not talking about somebody who hurting for money. So listen, and then Kanye been doing the absolute most. So I think anytime somebody bringing up Kanye name, it's just like you just exhausted. A lot of people are just really exhausted by him, but only you can place a value on you, your work, and all of that. And it just comes down to if other people see the value the same as you do. Let's see. Let's see, is there anything more I want to share with this article? Because I want to jump into something else to show. Um, okay, so I want to show, because it looks like some numbers have come in pertaining to the streaming of his music, and they're quite impressive. So let's switch gears and see. Hey, baby love 92, how you doing? I'm now I've been on and I covered a few topics. Right now I'm talking about Kanye West and him like, yo, if you want this music, my music, if you run me $200 and I got you. Run me just $200 and I got you. So I want to get into how thus far it's his music has been performing. So this is from the Daily Mail and it says Kanye West makes 1.35 million in 12 hours after announcing Donda 2 album as 35 million richer than what he was. Article goes on to say Kanye West, as he revealed his new Donda 2 album will only be available exclusively on his own device stem player, which costs $200. But the controversial move has already proved to be a fruitful one monetarily just hours after the artist's latest attempt at thwarting the 44-year-old of the Lights hitmaker to show off a full earnings report of his music playing device as it revealed that already made 1.358 million in his announcement. One thing we cannot dispute is Kanye being a trendsetter. I think that because Kanye did this, I just look for other artists to jump on board to do the same thing. Like I said, as I compare Lizzo to like Beyonce, if you were on here a little while back, a few minutes ago when I was talking about Lizzo, Lizzo is in her own box, her own category. There's no one else that looks like her, that's anything like her. She's like all by herself. So she gets all the money, all the attention. Beyonce, same thing. Beyonce's in a category by herself. There's nobody in arm's reach of Beyonce. Kanye West can be arguably is that same way when it comes to, say, the rap industry. You might kind of put him up against the likes of like a Drake or somebody, but Kanye is Kanye. He's very unique. You either love him or hate him. And based off of the money that he's pulling in, more people love him than hate him, period. It is what it is. Look at these eyes. Like, is that white? What you call that? I don't know what you call that, y'all, but I don't like them. So instead of being able to listen to the album on Apple Music, Spotify, or other streaming services, fans will be required to shell out $200 to listen to the album on the music gadget. The screenshot of the report showed that there 6,217 stem plates sold since his announcement and that it has earned 8.63 million in sales since launched on August 25th, 2021. Wow. Ye made the post on social media with a lengthy caption about the major corporations industry as he wrote, stem player full transparency. We sold 6,217 units since 2,200 hours February 17th, 2022, which grossed 1.358 million. That's faster than I've ever sold any t-shirt. That is crazy. God has a plan, new frontier. Everyone that is supporting our revolution is changing the game for all artists. We no longer have to bow to people who don't even truly care about music. I think a lot of people too, because Kanye has really been out here on the scene just wilding. And when it comes to like his personal life, he's definitely known for putting whatever that's going on in his personal life, like dropping that into his music. If you recently, like at some of his shows, he talked about wanting to get Kim back. Like he's definitely been like not silent about his feelings about like the state of, his family situation. So I think a lot of people are interested in hearing what he has to say, what more he has to say, because I'm sure in this album, if not all tracks, probably most of the tracks, he's going to be referencing things pertaining to his family. pertaining to people who he feel has interfered with him putting his family back together, all of that. To me, I just feel like in with all this Kim Kardashian, their separation, Kanye is definitely playing the victim. I don't think Kanye is taking responsibility at all when it comes to the role, um, as it stands with the status of his relationship with his estranged wife, Kim Kardashian. They were married, I think, what, about 6 years. So, but what, the last couple of years, Kanye had them living separately. What, he was in Wyoming. So, what kind of relationship? How do you nurture a relationship, let alone a marriage and raise children and all of that when you're in Wyoming and what she like in Calabasas, she's in Los Angeles. So, but then once she's like, yo, I want out, then suddenly he purchased a house across the street. Bro, you could have been in the house when you guys were together. Make it make sense. So I think that he's definitely playing the victim role. And I don't know if more people are here for the support of Kanye or not. I know me, myself, I'm quite irritated with him because my thing is this woman has already said, listen, I'm done. I don't know if it's just the me, as in because I'm a woman and I'm like, yo, like, no means no, move on. I am a whole married woman, a married woman of almost 18 years, 17 and a half years. So I understand the importance of family and working to keep your family together. But listen, Kanye, you had opportunities in your relationship. And I just think that you just did not see Kim finally saying, yo, I can't do this anymore. And the day she did it, it's just like you got butt hurt. And I really think right now, what they say, you don't miss something until it's gone. I think Kanye is dealing with it's gone. It's like now he's missing what he did have, and Kim has moved on to other things that maybe stress her out less. You know, she's dating someone new, and then these antics that Kanye is pulling, it's not making it any better. So I'm ready for him to just move on and just do better in his next relationship and just co-parent, like period. So I think a lot of people are really interested in hearing what he has to say because artists, as they say, they're storytellers. So I have no doubt his music is going to tell a story. And then it's going to be the lyrics and things. It's going to be things that are going to be talked about on platforms. And it's probably more things for Kim to be embarrassed about because he's just going to be putting things out. So it looks like these are the numbers that the stem player that were posted pertaining to the buys from the stem player. And like I said, these are impressive numbers. He did the doggone thing. Look what they say. All you got to do is ask. You don't know if people willing to do it unless you throw it out there and ask. So he like, yo, pay $200, and people were like, okay. So even though somebody like me and be like, nah, I ain't doing that, but clearly, over 6,000 people was like, yes, I'm here for it. And that was just the first 12 hours. So I'm sure more people have purchased it, and especially when people who have bought it, when they start talking about their sentiments on it, word of mouth, that sells. So if they're feeling it, they're gonna tell other people and they're gonna be like, yo, go ahead and cop that, it's everything. And those numbers are just gonna run up. But I definitely think it's going to be a new thing in the music industry for artists to do that. Now I don't know how that's going to impact as far as the industry with the labels and all of that, because that's going to kind of cut them out. So I don't know how they finna feel about that. They might have to go ahead and have a little conversation with yeah, y'all know how that go. Soon as folks start setting trends and trying to do something different, then suddenly they're headlining and we talking about them in the past. Y'all know how that go. Y'all know how that go. All I must drop the name is Prince, Michael Jackson. Who else? Like Bill Cosby. Like it just seemed like when people start trying to like the people, let's just say people that looks like me, start trying to do something new and it's going to result in a bigger bag, then the powers that be step in and be like, yo, let me holla at you. You get that energy. Let me holla at you. Baby Love 92 says Kanye can be irrational. Kanye can be irrational. He's a cancer rising. Yes, very sensitive. I'm raising my middle child as a cancer. It's very, very sensitive. And I have twin sisters who are cancer. So I'm definitely very familiar with that zodiac sign and the energy that they give. You just got to be ready for it. Heal. Let me see. Baby Love said because they going against the grain. Listen, like Kanye goes against the grain. Like I said, he's one of those you love him or hate him, and I feel like most people love him because he wouldn't be so successful if they didn't. He makes a lot of money. What he is his earned net worth in like the billions. Like he makes a lot of money. He's very very smart, very strategic. I don't think he's crazy. Some people want to call him crazy. He's to me one of those people to me that what they say they're so smart, or some people like some he's so smart he's crazy. Like I think Kanye's got that Einstein type energy. Like he's so smart to where he can come off as nuts, but he's very smart. He's very smart. I would love to, if I could ever, if could have heard his mom just talk about how he was as a child, because with him being an only child, Kanye just he just seemed like, his mom probably had a lot of interesting stories to say about raising Kanye and how she had to keep him busy. Like he just seemed like that kid, like he was that kid to where you couldn't leave him alone too long, like because he'd be getting into stuff. Like you have to keep him busy because his mind it was so broad. And we know, his mother was a professor, so we know she was smart. So Kanye is definitely no idiot. Baby Love 92 says his brain moves faster than his mouth. I can believe that. Like he's super smart. He's very smart. And like I said, people like Kanye who are very smart, like I say, I will put him like speak on him like with the Michael Jackson or Prince. It's like people like that, do they live are they around long? Are they around long? Because the people, the powers that be, the people at the top, they don't want somebody outsmarting them, and they want to stay in that position. So Kanye, the thing about Kanye is it seemed like, he strategically put certain things out and drop certain things. So therefore, if anything ever go left pertains to him, like you already know what it's about. Like he wants people to know, listen, I'm not afraid of these people. Yes, I'm talking. And if I no longer am talking one day, then you know what the deal is. Like, and I think because of like that, it makes it and maybe make it harder for those people to really touch him, because it's just like he's putting it all out there like, yo, camera follow my life. So if anything go left, it's captured. Like that's what I'm getting out of him. Mhm. Noble. Let's see, Baby Love, you a threat when you go above the power. Definitely. And it when you do that, we see what happened. And that's what Kanye's doing right now, because look at all that money that he made from that product, and he gets to pocket it all that. No label gets that, like nobody else get, like that's all money that goes straight to him. You know how many other people who are going to want to have that same type of experience, how many people who may be hitting him up like right now, like, yo, how did you do that? Talk to me. We might mess around and hear Kanye have get a label and have some people underneath him, because if he's doing moves like this, other artists are going to be like, yo, like I want success like you, because you see how he came up from underneath, like Jay-Z, Dame Dash. Those were at that time like the smart people in the business that really, like Dame Dash, he was like that business person. Jay-Z was like the talent, and then they kind of became like a power force where they kind of came together and merged their talents and just created an empire. Kanye was a product of that. Now those two men are no longer, a business partner. So it's like Kanye's out here doing his own thing. He's not even underneath, Jay-Z. So it's almost like, to me, I look at it as like Kanye has outdone Jay-Z. I know his money, believe, is longer than Jay-Z. So I think that Kanye eventually is going to have people underneath him, and he's going to, try to take them to the next level, God willing, that he still continues to be with us for a long period of time. So may God definitely be with him. No filter. Baby Love said they don't last long, right? Yep, they don't. So like I said, we just, Kanye may work our last dang nerve, but at the same time, we don't want to see any ill will happen to him. And um at the end of the day, I think that when, being that he's in the industry, he's for the artist, and he means that with wanting to show artists that there is another way to do things, and he's outsmarting the powers that be. And and that's very scary. It's very scary, but that's what he's doing. He's outsmarting them. The article says the artist went on to say that the shift has made him feel a way he hasn't felt since performing at legendary New York live music venues SOBs, aka Sounds of Brazil, in Soho in 2004. How many years ago was that? 14, 15. So like we got like what, 16 years ago? No, maybe 18 years ago. Let me see, 18, yeah, 18 years ago. So like he's feeling empowered. He's feeling empowered. He said, I feel like I'm back at SOBs performing Jesus Walk. I walked away from Apple right after having the most number ones in Apple history. Songwriters have been really hurt by streaming platforms. Some say I'm the only one who can make this change. So, as the leading innovator in music for the past 20 years, I'm putting my own work on the line to change it. I've already won by not being afraid to move. He definitely is not afraid. Now we're winning because there are true supporters that have invested their hard earned money in my vision of freedom. I love and appreciate everyone who believes my promise of creating a brighter future. So then he posted from Damien, please inform Ye that Apple is no longer doing the sponsorship deal. Ye later alluded that the decision for Donda 2 to be a STEM player exclusive had cost him a sponsorship deal with Apple, but didn't seem too broken up about it. He shared a screenshot of text message which read from Damien, please inform Ye that the Apple is no longer doing the sponsorship deal. The artist poked fun at the message by capturing it, duh, eye rolling, smiling face with an open mouth and cold sweating emoji. His pioneering move to the STEM player has been met with much skepticism by his rabid fan base. Fans took to Twitter in their droves expressing their disappointment. The rapper 44, who boasts an estimated 1.8 billion net worth, is charging an extortionate amount which many won't be able to afford. Let's see what they wrote. One wrote, I love Kanye West, but I'm sorry, capitalism. I'm sorry, capitalism, that I can't afford to make rich people richer. I ain't gonna buy a new STEM player just for Donda 2, even if he emailed it to me personally. If he wants to put it out on perfect. If not, then hope his album makes numbers. Another fan added, very, very, very sad that Donda 2 has to be purchased with that speaker. $200. A third chimed in, hi, I'm Kanye West. I currently have $1.8 billion to my name. I am releasing Donda 2 on February 22nd, 2022. The only way to listen to Donda 2, however, is to pay a little fee of $200 plus shipping, of course. Wow. So I guess this is what the device looks like that you're buying, I guess, for the $200. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll be listening out for reviews on that because I will not be partaking in that. And I like Kanye's music, but not for no $200. While a fourth fan typed, I can't afford to listen to Donda 2. STEM player would take 3 months to deliver. This is a whack ass idea. Your music will get profusely pirated. Bruh, $200 to hear Donda 2. What happened to being man of the people? STEM player really at another. While a different fan said Kanye West really expects everyone to pay $200 for his player to listen to the Donda 2 album. Bye. So these are the social media posts that people are posting. They like, listen, I can't do it. Look, I love Kanye West, but charging $200 for a stand player with Donda 2 on it is not popping. I love you, bro, but I'm not paying $200 to listen to Donda 2. Like, yeah. I hope so. Yes, baby love 92. I feel like he has let the money fame destroy him to the point I don't personally know him, but I feel a different energy from him compared to 10 or 15 years ago. He's a different man. He's definitely different. I just think it's just industry and more money, more problems. And over the years, his success he climbed up the success ladder, being married to Kim Kardashian and all the energy that comes along with that and the family. He's feeling himself. He's feeling himself. And also I think he doing all this too, because he know Kim the limelight, and I feel like part of this is like he's feeling like okay, Kim is gonna be moved by this and want to get back with him. So, I mean, he's a power player. I think it's all strategic. It's clearly not about him needing the money. He is a trendsetter. He is one who likes to be the first to do things. So, I think it's more about that, because he got enough money. He got more money he can spend in a lifetime. It's just about him trying to be in a place or be in that spot alone where no one else is, or to say that he was the first to do something. That's kind of what is given to me. Baby Love 92 says, I've always been a Kanye fan, but he changed. Music don't really blank no more. Right. It's just he's on some other stuff. I think, nowadays he's seeming more kind of like mentally off balance. So it's giving a lot of people the side eye. And then following all his shenanigans as of late pertaining to like his marriage and all of that drama. And then for him to follow up with, oh, yeah, by the way, I got some new music coming out. And only way you can listen to it if you buy this device, and it's a cool $200. And as somebody said, plus you got to pay for shipping. Plus, it's probably going to take a minute for you to even receive it with the whole issues with how shipping out things have been. So it's just layers to it. As we've seen, there's people who have signed up for it. So, what one may place little or no value on, somebody may place great value on. It's just up to the individual. So it seemed like just even with the 6,000 people who've bought it, he's happy even with that. And we know it's going to, more people are going to buy it, because I was just in the first 12 hours. So we already know he done already made more money than that, because it's been longer than 12 hours. And it seemed like the album comes out on the 22nd. So when is that? Today's the 19th, 2020. So what is that? Tuesday? It's coming out on Tuesday. And then once it come out, people are going to be buying. So he's going to make a lot of money. He's going to make a lot of money, period. He already has, but he's going to make even more. Baby Love 92 said, I still like him though. Once the store pass over, he may come out when grounded. Maybe once the storm pass over. Yeah. More grounded. Yeah, I mean, time heals right now. I just feel like he's just going through things. He's just going through different emotions because his family is tearing apart, and it's happening in front of the world. So it's a lot of emotions that he's dealing with, and he's struggling with trying to keep himself together, which is understandable. So I just hope maybe with his new project and things, it'll kind of put his attention elsewhere and to have him focus on, I guess this would be work, focus on that versus trying to be a thorn in Kim's behind. Because she just said in about 10 different languages that, bruh, I don't want you no more. So it's almost like I'm embarrassed for him because she done made it clear that she want the little goofball over at Saturday Night Live. Like, listen, I don't want you. I want Pete. Who have we known that chose Pete over somebody? I don't want you, Kanye. I want Pete. So I think Kanye and his feelings too for the fact that she done chose Pete of all people over him. Goofy Pete. Ain't nothing attractive to me about that man. He looked goofy. Listen, he in that category like Nick Cannon, like, that just goofball. Like Nick Cannon ain't never dated for me. He just always seemed goofy. And that's the same thing with Pete. But like Kim is, right now, she's on the goofy tip right now. So I think Kanye is in his feelings about that of all people to be losing his wife to Pete Davidson. Like, what the heck? Yeah, baby love 92 say, yeah, I agree. Listen, like, that man is in his feelings of knowing, like, it ain't like he lost his wife to Drake, Puff Daddy, Ice Cube, anybody. He done lost that man to the goofball from Saturday Night Live, Pete Davidson, like that right there. But I want to talk about one more thing that I saw about Kanye and him doing the absolute most and being a thorn and the Kardashian, the entire family's behind. Let me see. He doing the most. Listen, so we jumping over to usmagazine.com. So this article reads, Kanye West disses Corey Gamble after sharing cheating allegations, claims he's not a great person, and praises Kris Jenner. So now Kanye like, okay, well, I'm finna throw all the other men who's still in the family underneath the bus. What have Corey done to you? Corey like, while y'all saying that I'm the black man that ain't no good, whatever. Let's talk about your mama man. Let's talk about Corey. So I was like, Lord Jesus, fix it. So let's just see what he trying to say about this man and his business. More to say as Kanye West continues to share and subsequently delete a series of scathing social media messages. He's clarifying what he thinks about Corey Gamble. What gets me is when these celebrities just be putting all this stuff out and then they delete like as though the internet ain't forever and people ain't quick draw with taking screenshots and stuff. Like, it's just crazy because it never fails. Somebody saw it, screenshotted it and all that before you even got a chance to delete. I don't know why these celebrities be doing that, but they seem to do that very often. And Kanye seems to do that almost like on a daily basis. So the article goes on to say, quote, God has a plan to remove the godless Corey needed to never be here anyway. The Praise God rapper 44 claimed via Instagram on Saturday, February 19th, about the Georgia native 41. And I think he's a nice person, not a great person, a nice person who used to be around Puff's family, then got around Justin Bieber, and then Kris Jenner got divorced. He slid in. He became the TV version of a father figure. And as he always called himself, a real in. He once told my wife he knew what music she should be listening to. So when I seen him a week later, I had him removed from my daughter's birthday party. Wow. Why is Kanye coming for this man? Because I ain't read nothing about this man coming for him. West further alleged that we have never met Gamble's family and that he is responsible for getting estranged wife Kim Kardashian linked with the liberals in a deep way. Quote, his job is done, West continued. He's not messy enough to do something like this. It's on purpose. Kanye West's most outrageous moments. Let's see. While the Illinois native slammed Gamble, he went on to gush about Jenner, who's been dating the businessman since 2014. I love Kris, West continued on Saturday, praising the 66-year-old safely founder. This woman is a hero and she's done what she's had to do to protect her family and make sure they prosper, even if it meant telling everyone not to listen to me. I respect her grind, her hustle, and her mind. Kris is one of the best to ever do it. Several hours earlier, the Yeezy designer posted allegations that Gamble had cheated on Jenner Communications founder. Mm, mm, mm. Quote, "We outside," Donda 22222, the Grammy winner, wrote via Instagram on Friday, February 18th, alongside a screenshot of a Hollywood Unlocked story about the alleged scandal. Both the article and the social media upload has since been taken down. Listen, what did this man do for you to be all up in his household? He like, if my stuff broke, it is yours. Corey, Kris, y'all's finna be a mess too. No, ain't nobody sleeping. So it goes saying, while Gamble has yet to publicly address the allegations, a source exclusively told US Weekly that this is a false narrative about Corey. Gamble wasn't the only one that the stronger rapper has taken shots at this week. Pete Davidson, who's been dating the Skims mogul 41 since October 2021, also got caught in the crosshairs. Quote, "Hi, Skeet, you got any more mental health jokes for me?" West wrote via Instagram on Thursday, February 17th, alongside a screenshot from the 28-year-old's 2018 Saturday Night Live appearance where he discussed the rapper's mental health struggles. Quote, "You know how wrong about politics you have to be for like me to notice," the King of Staten Island star previously said during the September 2018 Weekend Update appearance, slamming West pro Donald Trump remarks during his musical performance on the NBC series. "You know how annoying that is? Like, Kanye is a genius, but like a musical genius. Kanye, I know you're like, yo, this is real me. I'm off the meds, but take them. There's no shade in the medicine game. Being mentally ill is not an excuse to act like a jackass. I'm quoting my therapist, my mom, and my mailman." Wow. So I guess he been on I guess Pete been on Kanye's list for a minute. Kanye's constant attacks on me. Let's see what else it says. The KKW Beauty founder filed for divorce from West in February 2021 after 6 years of marriage. While Kardashian aimed to move on and amicably co-parent with West, he publicly took issue with her decision to allow 8-year-old daughter North to have her own TikTok account. The estranged couple also share Saint, who's 6, Chicago, who's 4, and Psalm, who is 2. So, like, Kanye, like right now, everybody can get it. I'm wondering if how long Pete's gonna be like, yo, how long he's gonna even want to entertain dating Kim with all this drama with her estranged husband. Like, it's a lot. Like, at what point do you be like, you know what, I can't do this no more. I'm gonna just go ahead and bail out, let you handle that and work that out, and I'm be over here because it's a lot. I mean, I can only imagine, what Pete may be going through right now with trying to date someone and then the ex just been a thorn in your behind. Like, that's something I've never experienced, but I know a lot of people have, where you just got an ex that just don't want to let go. And then in this situation, these are celebrities, so it's on a large platform. And I know it's embarrassing for Kim, Pete, like it's just embarrassing for everybody. So Kanye need to get it together. Hopefully with his music that's coming out, it can be a distraction and it can have him to focus more on work and let Kim move on with her life. Let them come to an agreement as it pertains to their children, assets, whatever. Come to a healthy agreement pertaining to like the co-parenting of the 4 kids. But Kanye, yeah, he need to go lay down. Like he definitely needs to go lay down. So that's what I had for you all tonight. Let me know what your thoughts. Drop a comment. Like, do who we first started out, I talked about Tory Lanez. Like, Tory's dropping these hints that like he feeling good, he feeling vindicated. Do y'all feel like, Tory need to be speaking up for himself and the courts need to just come out and just put all this to bed so we can make it official that he did not shoot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot? Or do you feel like, nah, he did it. He shot old girl in the foot, and the records need to reflect that, period, poo. So let me know your thoughts on that. And then, Megan having, a new movie she has coming out. It's going to be her first acting debut, like a modern day remake of the movie The Parent Trap, that some of you may remember, with two twins, set of twins trying to get their adoptive parents together or whatever. So what's your thoughts on that? Megan's like, she's not really talking about the trial or the drama pertaining to Corey. She's just focusing on the positive things in her life. So are you here for that? Do you feel like, that's a good look for her to be, getting into the big screen? And then Lizzo got her little, situation coming. She got a little reality, like a show where she's looking for specific big girl backup dancers, to accompany on her tour. Are you here for that? I am definitely here for that. I'm looking forward to watching that. That's coming out March 25th. So you guys look into that. I'm going to drop the links for everything, that I discussed tonight in the description, so you can follow that to learn more about, Lizzo's new show where she's on a search for backup dancers, and she wants big girls. She wants to show big girls love. I am not mad at her. So I definitely think that's a good thing. It's a good look. Congratulations to her. Also, congratulations to Megan Thee Stallion for, her debut with her first movie. So anything, anything positive, I'm here for. I'm always here for anything positive. Kanye, congratulations to Kanye on, him getting over 6,000 people to buy his device for $200, to make him that much more richer. Listen, I'm not going to hate on him. I'm just saying I can't do it, but I'm not going, if the next person find value in it, more power to you. More power to you. So it looks like he's winning in that area. And I think he's setting, he's changing the game. He's the trendsetter. That's what he do. And I think a lot of people are going to try to follow suit because of it. So that's going to make him that much more richer. I just may the good Lord be with him, because you know how that go. When people start doing good big things in the industry, the powers that be is like, yo, slow your roll. If you don't slow it, they'll slow it for you. So Lord, please be with our brother Kanye West. Please be with him. And yes, are you here for the, all the moves he's making? Are you here for him putting out, Corey Gamble's business and Kris Jenner's business, getting into their little relationship, their little situation? Or do you feel like Kanye need to have several seats and worry about his own home and stay out of somebody else's? I kind of veer on that side. Like, Kanye, come on now. You ain't got no business being all over in this man's situation when you got your own stuff that you're dealing with. So you need to mind your business and focus on, getting yourself together. How about that? So drop a comment. Let me know your thoughts. I love to read comments. Yes, I had a lot. We covered a lot tonight. So let me know your comments. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when I go live, and you can be a part of the party when we go live. Over here, we are the Starlights, and we get into it. We get lit over here. We get into it. We get into it in a way that no one else does. So let me know your thoughts, and until the next broadcast. Oh yeah, and don't forget to definitely like this video. We want to get it, floating around in the algorithm so people can see it and catch the tea. We are growing over here. I do thank you. We on the road to our 1,000 subs. So thank you to my new subs. Thank you for those who have been rocking with me. I appreciate all of the support, and I will catch you on the next broadcast. Peace.